witnessing your family member having difficulty breathing and speaking, screaming on top of their lungs that they can't feel their arms, legs, and face. A few seconds later, they become unconscious right before your eyes. On behalf of my group, Bilal, Jason, Wenfeng, and myself, we would like to show you that there are preventable measures and nutritional guidelines we can take to prevent the formation of coronary heart disease, specifically atherosclerosis, through healthy lifestyle choices. As a group, we are assuming that each of you can agree that healthy lifestyle choices are beneficial to our health. However, we are not exactly sure if many of us are keeping healthy or living a sedentary lifestyle. We would like to persuade all of you that consuming healthy nutritional food and moderate daily exercises can promote a healthy heart, a mind, and overall a healthy body. The cardiovascular system is the heart and circulatory system that make up your cardiovascular. It is an organ system that sends blood to all parts of our body that carries oxygen to every cell by rhythmic contraction and dilation.
According to heart disease and stroke statistics, on average, there's somebody that dies from cardiovascular diseases in the United States every 37 seconds. There's somebody who has a stroke in the United States every 40 seconds. And somebody who dies of a stroke every 3.5 minutes. On this slide here, you're able to see two different charts. The one to the left is the percentage breakdown in a pie chart of deaths attributable to cardiovascular diseases in the year 2017 only. On the right is a linear function chart of deaths attributable to cardiovascular diseases from the year 1900 all the way to 2020. Starting with the left, the largest attributable factor is coronary heart disease at 42.6%. It's the most common in most of the world form of cardiovascular disease, and that's why it takes up almost half of the death toll. Next, we have stroke at 17%. Next is heart failure at 9.4%. High blood pressure comes in next at 10.5%. Next, we have diseases of the arteries at 2.9% and other cardiovascular diseases at 17.6%. Going to the graph to the right, we see that in the 1900s, the deaths attributable to cardiovascular diseases were relatively low. And around 1965 to 1970, there was a dramatic peak, and all the time between them, it has been a progressive, almost a linear function. And then it started to level out towards 1980s. It started to even reduce itself a little bit. But then it picked right back up around 2010 to 2015. Coronary heart disease is a chronic illness. They call it a silent killer, and it's the most prevalent and most common form of heart disease and cardiovascular diseases in general in America and most of the world. The heart receives rich oxygenated blood from the coronary arteries. But what happens if there's a blockage in those arteries? A blockage in these arteries can result to reduced blood flow to the heart and affects its normal functioning. The amount of oxygen insufficiently reaching the heart associates directly and correlates with the development of chest pain, also known as agnia and heart attack, and is generally caused by atherosclerosis.
Atherosclerosis is basically a disease that targets your body's arteries. And what this disease does is that it generates this plaque that is composed of fats and cholesterols and other substances that you induce and make it more harder for your blood to flow from one place to another. And as shown in the diagram below, this plaque is shown in the color yellow. And if you can imagine, as that yellow becomes more and more prominent, the space for which the blood cells grows narrower and narrower, much like an hourglass. And occasionally, at times, this plaque can burst. And because of this bursting, blood clotting happens. When blood clot happens, it makes it more harder for the blood to flow or stops it entirely, which can result in heart attacks. As provided by the Mayo Clinic, this diagram shows early atherosclerosis to a very developed one after many years. As seen at the very top, it's apparent that there's a lot of space for blood to flow. And as time goes on, that plaque becomes more and more prominent, and it shows covering almost half of the artery. What are the risk factors of coronary heart disease? Stated by the National Center for Biotechnology Information, the most common risk factors include high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, cigarette smoking, aging, and obesity. But what can we do to combat these risk factors? Actually, it's quite easy. Almost anyone can do it. Ways we can avoid coronary heart disease is that we can have a more healthy lifestyle by consuming more healthier foods. So instead of eating fast foods or junk foods, we can go towards more healthy options like fruits, vegetables, and salads. We can indulge in more physical activity to keep our body more fit, and as a result, we can have a limit on our weight as well. Uh, Avoiding alcohol consumption and smoking also ties crucially to avoiding coronary heart disease because it stops us from inducing harmful chemicals. Healthy diets are a good starting point to reduce the risk of coronary heart disease because eating these fruits and vegetables are actually loaded with nutrients. Otherwise, compared to junk foods or fast foods that contain none.
How can we include the healthy lifestyle in our day that lower the risk of heart disease? This includes consume the high barrier daily preferable soluble fat because that contribute to lowering LDL bad cholesterol, art, grain rice, and whole grain and packed with the nutrients that are help from the herd chives learn meat, chicken, turkey, fish, and cut back on the red meat. Fish is rich in omega-3 fat and then meat are the good source of protein that help to reduce the cholesterol level, cut back on the sweet bit rate and sweet. Team development. Team development a straight stepper. Why is good? Teams contributing to the well-being of science by the development and straight pairs in we believe that could help integrate in simple but easily wore out without necessarily having to run in the neighbor. The straight stepper also prevent the user with the full body workout, and this help in working every other body muscle to prevent the body current and balance of the individual higher intensity exercise on the straight stepper. Also of one the better also exercise that in relation to the sensoring of the heart. The muscle can have absent and patent condensated complication patient patent in avoiding the danger of contracting to complication. The straight stepper made physical exercise fun, help that prevent the health of the user. Chronic heart disease is serious condition as some of the risk factors and can be controlled and prevented. So we include each of your to take necessarily control by maintaining a healthy health through healthy lifestyle. This can significantly prevent any possible formation of chronic heart disease. Furthermore, if we beginning to do daily food of made a healthy life choice, we can include a discriminant straight in food health the state of man and over the healthy body. Also paying attention to our health day to design a choice of being sustainable to earning and rusty disease that continue to affect many people in the world today.
Coronary heart disease is a serious condition, and some of its risk factors can be controlled and prevented. Therefore, we encourage each of you to take the necessary precautions by maintaining a healthy heart through healthy lifestyle choices, as this can significantly prevent any possible formation of coronary heart disease. As what my group has related, if we begin to do a daily routine of making healthy lifestyle choices, we can increase our cardiovascular strength efficiently, have a healthy state of mind, and overall a healthy body. Also, paying attention to our health helps to decrease our chances of being susceptible to illnesses and various diseases that continue to affect many people in the world today. Again, on behalf of my group, Bilal, Jason, Fang, and myself, make those healthy lifestyle choices starting today. Let's get started, everyone.